Right, we have some breaking news coming in. Turkey has responded to a section of Indian media claiming that Ankara is linked to terrorist attacks in India and provides logistical, diplomatic and financial support to terrorist groups, calling it a malicious disinformation campaign aimed at damaging bilateral relations between the two countries. Also in the statement, Turkey said that the claim that it engages in radicalization activities targeting India or any other country is purely disinformative and lacks any factual basis. For our viewers who are just joining us, this is the latest we're getting. Turkey has now responded to a section of Indian media claiming that Ankara is linked to terrorist acts in India and provides logistical, diplomatic and financial support to terrorist groups. It has called it a malicious disinformation campaign which is aimed at damaging bilateral relations between the two countries. But also in the statement, Turkey said that the claim that it engages in radicalization activities targeting India or any other country is purely disinformative and lacks any factual basis. And for more on this, we're joined by our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibul, on the phone line. Siddhant, what can you tell us?
A strongly worded statement by Turkey rejecting the purely disinformative media reports that it has been engaged in radicalization activities targeting India and other countries. The media report claimed that Turkey has been linked to terror acts in India. It also has, in that strongly worded statement, said that the so-called radicalization activities targeting India are purely disinformative and lacks any factual basis. Now, earlier, Turkey had condemned the terror attack in India. Turkey had issued a statement saying it's saddened by the loss of lives caused by the explosion that took place in Delhi. It extended its condolences to the families. And also, Turkey reiterated its principal stance against all forms and manifestations of terrorism and unwavering commitment to cooperation fight against global threat. So clearly, two statements by Turkey. First, of course, rejecting those reports that it has been involved in any radicalization activities in India, as we saw there were reports that existed, and of course condemning the blast that happened in Delhi.
Absolutely, Siddhant, and we know that this has come to light after Dr. Umar Un-Nabi, who has been identified as the main man behind the Delhi blast, was in contact with a Turkey-based handler who was codenamed as Okasa, and this is according to sources. Of course, that was our Assistant Editor of Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibul, joining us on the phone line. In the latest, the DNA testing has confirmed that the man driving the Hyundai i20 car, which was involved in the blast near Red Fort in New Delhi, was indeed Dr. Umar Un-Nabi, and this is after samples from his mother were matched with his remains, which were recovered from the site. Although an official confirmation is awaited in the matter, we know a Red Fort EcoSport, which was registered in the name of Dr. Umar, was found parked outside a house in Kandavali village in Faridabad on Tuesday. And this is hours after Delhi police issued an alert and shared the details of the car with the Uttar Pradesh and Haryana police. The Delhi registered vehicle was recovered and examined by the National Security Guard bomb disposal team, which was accompanied by a sniffer dog. Now, the police has said that the area within a 200-meter radius was cordoned off. Over 10 nearby houses were evacuated as a precaution. The search for the car began after investigation into the blast revealed that another car, in addition to the Hyundai i20, was involved in the blast. Police believe that it was this red EcoSport which was used for reconnaissance before the blast took place at the Red Fort. Now, the new CCTV footage which has surfaced, it captures the exact moment the Hyundai i20 car exploded. The video shows the slow-moving car erupting into flames in rush hour traffic, damaging nearby vehicles and buildings along with it. Now, another important update is that the Union Cabinet on Tuesday has passed a resolution calling the blast a terror incident. And for more, we're now being joined by Dr. Vikram Singh from Noida. He is a former DGP, Uttar Pradesh. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast.
Good morning.
Dr. Singh, India has officially termed the Red Fort blast a terror attack now. It's a resolution that was passed by the Union Cabinet and endorsed by the Prime Minister. Well, the US too has backed India's assessment, calling it a heinous terror attack while offering assistance. Now, given these developments and India's post-Operation Sindoor strategy and modus operandi, what direction do you think the probe is going to take going forward?
Let us not live in an illusion. We must understand that after Operation Sindoor, it was reiterated by the cabinet that Operation Sindoor is an ongoing process and a procedure, and indeed any act of terror would be deemed and to be taken as an act of war. And therefore, the defense doctrine that India has formulated is most welcome and gives a transparent and a no-nonsense signal to anyone who has mischievous or malicious ideas in respect of India's security. The defense doctrine apart, what the Prime Minister said after the incident, both in Hindi and in English, you must understand that it is very seldom that the Prime Minister translates his words in English. That is for the consumption of the Western media and for the world as also, that it will be a befitting reply to and a response and treatment of those who perpetrated this dastardly crime, and they will be pursued till the very end. This clear signal has been given, and it reminds me of what happened in Pahalgam and thereafter. Therefore, what I see is that though no country has been named as of now, Turkey has itself said that they are not responsible for sponsoring any of these activities. But that is on expected lines. The investigation is ongoing, but rest assured, option one or possibility one that a country or Western neighbors come to light, well, there will be consequences, I have no doubt in my mind, because they have carried the joke too far. And in fact, they already are on a defense mode. Their defense minister, in a very comical manner, went to say that we are not responsible and we are prepared to face any consequences. You should be prepared. When I say you, I would be the defense minister of Pakistan. You should be prepared for the consequences for the misdeeds that you have done. You must not forget what Hillary Clinton said, that if you rear snakes in your backyard, be prepared that the snakes will bite you and will be detrimental to your well-being also.
Absolutely, Dr. Singh. And we know that while Dr. Umar Nabi has emerged as a prime suspect, a lot of the other suspects have also been traced to have links with this one particular university, Alfala University. And in light of the recent developments, the university has put out this statement distancing itself from the attack. What do you have to say about that?
Most unconvincing and a weak argument. Alfala University is a school of scandal. Make no mistake about it. And I am very shamed and shocked to hear that all the epicenter of these activities was this Alfala University, the promoter whom is Jawad Siddiqui, who ran away from Mau, Indore, Madhya Pradesh after usurping the hard-earned money of the pensioners and the senior citizens living in Mau, including ex-servicemen. Then he started university. I would like to understand under what circumstances Alfala University was started in Haryana. How did they get the recognition? My advice to the Haryana government would be, and to the UGC and to the Medical Council, please examine everything that you have given the approvals and permissions earlier, because the infrastructure is just not equal to the task of having a medical college or a university. The faculty numbers are minimal, but yes, they have created this as a breeding ground for Kashmiri terrorists. Anyone, anywhere related or even dismissed from Kashmir, like Dr. You would have Nisarul Hassan, who was dismissed in November 23 last year under the provisions of Article 311 of the Constitution, where no inquiry is required. And for anti-national activities, he was dismissed. And lo and behold, he surfaces in Alfala University. Dr. Adib, who is an MBBS MD, surfaces from Saharanpur. Everybody seems to be finding a safe haven. My advice first would be to close down Alfala University immediately. And it is on expected lines. They will not admit. They will never for a moment admit that they were complicit. But Dr. Shahida's desire car with a mint condition AK-47 was there in the parking lot for weeks together. Did you not have any kind of profiling of the faculty and the students? Is it not unnatural for Alfala University, for a fugitive of justice, to come and open a university in Haryana? Then the recruiter would take pains to go to Kashmir and get all those people who have been radicalized into Alfala University. These are my observations. as a professional investigator, and these needs to be answered, not only by Alfala. Just by denying that you are not complicit will not help you in any manner and not convincing. This answer is unacceptable and unconvincing.
Right, Dr. Singh, and you voiced all the questions that are on everybody's minds right now. Now, we know that many suspects have been taken into custody, and with the latest statements that have come in and the revelations that have come to light that the attack was earlier planned for 26th of January, then for Diwali, and the suspects had already wrecked Red Fort and more details emerging. Do you think there are still more members of this white-collar terror module out on the loose, and do you think there has been perhaps some security lapses on our part, or do you think a larger plot has been thwarted?
You have put a specific question that would warrant a specific and a precise answer. This plan was not organized in a week's time or a weekend. This took almost 2 years, and the multiple visits to Turkey and other places need to be examined. Not to the question that it was an insidious and a very malignant plot, very well calibrated with flushing of funds from dubious channels, and then to make Alfala University as their launching pad. Now to tell you the lapses, it is not for professional investigators to whisper sweet nothings into the ear. We have done a commendable job. I would compliment the Delhi police and other police agencies, the Haryana police, but I would say that it is always better to see what we could have done better at any SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Threat number one, I take you back to Alfala. I think we could have done much better than allowing suspicious activities in the campus. That should have been profiled. And this is a standard operating procedure. There's nothing rocket science about that. Ammonium nitrate, there are rules in respect of ammonium nitrate storage, purchase rules 2012, and these were promulgated in the backdrop of Indian Explosives Act 1886, so that nobody can have a large amount of ammonium nitrate in his custody or purchase it in huge quantities, in bulk quantities, and store it. What you have here is almost 3,000 kilos, 3 tons of ammonium nitrate. It was not carried in a bag, it was not carried in a briefcase or in the pocket. Obviously, somebody got it outsourced and had it in a slow and steady manner, managed to store this. And to give you a perspective, this is 1,000 kilo more than what was used in the Oklahoma blast. You would understand if that was so devastating, what fearful consequences it would have been if this was put to use. And I'm told that there were 200 IDs already under preparation. So these doctor deaths were given, you very rightly mentioned, they are white-collar sleeper modules. And the another innovation was vehicle-borne IEDs. You also had the women wing of the Jaish-e-Mohammed, Jamaat-ul-Momina. So these are the dimensions that the police should have been able to understand. We cannot allow grass to grow underneath our feet. Then the movement of this vehicle, the I-20, from Faridabad into Delhi, and movement and parking for 4 hours. We have smart CCTV systems. We have AI-enabled systems. We have facial recognition softwares. And also, if there is some kind of checks, balances, you move from Faridabad to Delhi or even from Delhi to Noida, your vehicle, let me tell you, would be checked at least once or twice, the probability.
Right.
Here it is a free-for-all. We could have done much better in both the cases, ammonium nitrate, NH4NO3, the movement of the car, and also prevented it.
Of course, Dr. Singh, and while a lot of details are emerging, it's pertinent to steer clear of speculations until we have some tangible reports that come out of the probe, be it Alfala University's role or be it the officials confirming that Dr. Umar Un-Nabi was, after being matched, the DNA being matched with the mother. Now, the police has claimed that he was the prime suspect, but we still have to wait for the official confirmation for all of these speculations to be put to rest. But thank you so much, Dr. Singh, for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your valuable perspective with us.